All right, today we're diving into something, well, pretty unusual. Picture this, a university that's trying to connect ancient mysticism with cutting-edge tech. Yeah, you heard that right. It's built right on the grounds of a sacred shrine.
So that really gets you thinking, right? Can you actually have a place where, say, ancient spiritual wisdom and modern data science live under the same roof? And not just, coexist, but actually make each other better? It sounds kind of out there, but there's a university that's giving it a real shot.
Okay, so to really get what this place is all about, you have to start with where it is. We're talking about the University of Sufism and Modern Sciences. And its location? It's not just some random spot on a map. No, it's the heart and soul of the entire project.
Now, you might be wondering, what exactly is Sufism? Well, for anyone who's not familiar, think of it as the mystical inner dimension of Islam. It's all about introspection, finding a personal connection to the divine, and it often comes to life through things like beautiful poetry, music, and a real veneration for saints or spiritual guides.
And that brings us to a specific town in Pakistan called Bhit Shah. This is where the university is. But what's really important is that it's also the site of a shrine for Shah Abdul Latif Bhittai. He was this incredibly revered Sufi saint and poet from the 18th century. So, get this, the university was intentionally built right there, on sacred ground. From the very beginning, its mission was woven into the spiritual legacy of this saint. That's no accident.
So what's the big idea here? What are they actually trying to do? It's not just about having a science building here and a philosophy building over there. No way. The whole mission is to integrate these two worlds that seem, completely opposite. The core belief is that one can actually teach the others something valuable.
And you can see their ambition perfectly in their motto: excellence, integration, leadership. That word right in the middle, integration, that's everything. It's the whole ballgame. It's about shaping leaders who can use the latest scientific tools, but with a deep grounding in wisdom and ethics.
Now, an idea this big doesn't just pop up overnight. It started back in 2011, but as a small campus of a bigger university. It took till 2016 for it to become its own independent thing. And then by 2019, they were holding their very first entry test for their own degree programs. So yeah, it's been a slow, steady, and really deliberate journey. All right, so that all sounds great in theory, but what does it actually look like for a student? What's in the course catalog? This is where the rubber really meets the road.
I mean, just look at this. It lays it all out perfectly. On one side, you've got your Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, IT, even a Master's in Data Science, all the super modern stuff. And on the other side, a Center for Sufi Studies, research journals on mystical thought. The whole point isn't for students to just pick a side. The thinking is that maybe, just maybe, a computer science student who's also studying mystical poetry might think about the ethics of an algorithm a little differently. Or a business student might discover a whole new way to think about leadership from reading ancient Sufi texts. It's all about creating a new kind of mindset, one that sees zero conflict between logic and introspection.
So it's a really cool concept, right? But the big question is it actually working? I mean, are students enrolling? Is anyone in the wider academic world taking it seriously? Let's look at the results.
First up, check out this number, 1,500. That's how many undergrads are studying there right now. That's not a small number. It tells you that this unique blend they're offering, well, it's actually pulling people in. It's a real, growing university.
And it's not just about the student numbers either. This place is starting to get some serious recognition. It's been ranked globally by Times Higher Education. It's got the stamp of approval for quality from Pakistan's own Higher Education Commission. And get this, 53 of their students won a major national scholarship. So this isn't just some quirky little experiment. It's becoming a genuinely credible university.
There's one story that I think just perfectly sums up what this university is all about. Back in 2018, a researcher from Harvard came to visit, and she didn't just stand up and give a dry lecture. She shared her work, and then she performed the Shajo Rag. That's a traditional Sufi musical performance, and it's directly connected to the saint whose shrine is right there on campus. I mean, think about that. It's Harvard meeting ancient tradition, not as two separate things to be studied, but as a living, breathing collaboration. It's just, wow.
So we kind of end up back where we started, but with a whole new way of looking at it. The University of Sufism and Modern Sciences is actually showing that, yeah, maybe these two worlds can be woven together. And that leaves us with a pretty big question, doesn't it? Is this place just a really cool, one-of-a-kind experiment, or is it maybe a blueprint for the future of education, a future that understands that the best ideas might come from respecting both the data on our screens and the wisdom from our past?